Okay, so let's assume you're either brand new to the United States, a young person new to the financial system as a whole, or maybe you're just financially stagnant. Maybe you've been in the country, generation, family goes back for generations, but there's never been a history of financial success or any other roadmap for you to follow to start to develop your finances to improve your quality of life and improve the quality of life for your family. So, what we're going to do today is lay down the foundational pillars that you're going to need to be successful in today's economy. I'm JP from Blueprint for Prosperity, your financial architect helping you to develop a blueprint to financial success and financial freedom. So, what are those four major pillars towards financial success? The first one is going to be being identifiable. This may sound kind of rudimentary or basic, but it's essential and a lot of people take it for granted. Being identifiable means that you are able to walk into a financial institution, you are able to apply for a job, maybe apply to get into school, and you have the foundational, basic identification needed. The system that we are in is very paperwork intensive. It is all about verification and minimizing fraud. As our civilization has developed, so has the sophistication of criminals, thieves, fraudsters, terrorists, you name it. The goal for any business, any corporation, any institution is to first verify and identify who they are doing business with. That leads us into our second pillar, which is verification. Once you identify who you are, you have to be able to provide supporting documentation. Those two may sound very similar to each other, but they are not exactly the same. Identifying yourself is stating who you are. Verifying yourself is a little bit more backing up who you are. So, you may say you are John or Jane Doe, you live here, you do this for a living. You need to be able to not only provide your front end documentation, but supporting documentation. So, identifying yourself may be having a government issued ID. Verifying yourself may be a utility bill or a bank statement. When you are looking to participate in this financial system from the very foundation all the way up to the very top of success, this is essential. The third layer, the third pillar to this foundation is going to be being bankable. What does this mean? Bankability is going to be your ability to establish a healthy relationship with one or more financial institutions and being able to demonstrate that you are responsible with your own money. So, making sure that you can bring in an income, making sure that the money that you are bringing in is being budgeted and managed properly. So that means that you are able to do a reasonable job at bringing in a steady income and then managing your spending, meeting your needs, whatever wants that you may want to cover, and not being irresponsible with your funds in the process. This demonstrates to the financial institution that you're working with. For one, again, you're identifiable, we know who you are, you're verified, and now you're showing fiscal responsibility with your own funds. This is going to allow a layer of trust to start to be built with that financial institution, and that's going to be key for the next layer that we're going into. You need to be able to allow the institution time to see that you're a healthy customer and a healthy partner in a relationship, because there are no mistakes, there's no doubts. You are partnering with the bank when you start a relationship there. They are going to profit off of your relationship, and it is your job to make sure that you profit off of the relationship. That brings us into number four. Number four is being lendable. And these are in chronological order. You need to develop your identity, you need to be verifiable, you need to show fiscal responsibility with your own funds by being bankable, this combination will lead you to being lendable. If you are lendable, what does that mean? Lendable means that you have shown that you are responsible, that the institution is familiar with you, or that you have financial records, i.e., your credit report, credit score, and other records demonstrating that you've handled your own money well and the bank's now ready to lend you their money. This is when a relationship gets more profitable for both parties if you do your part. For the bank, they're going to make their money. We all know that already. On your end, once you are lendable, now that gives you the capacity to leverage into other business activities or investments that elevate your financial circumstances. If you are brand new to the United States, or if you have been in the United States, but you're trying to develop a healthy financial plan and you're trying to cut out all of the white noise on the internet, if you're trying to be concise in the steps that you need to take, these 4 pillars are essential. So we're going to review these really quickly. Number 1, be identifiable, be verifiable, be bankable, and be lendable. If you can conquer those 4 things, you are almost certainly going to be at least financially stable in this system. Your level of risk and participation in the value that you add in the marketplace is going to determine if you become wealthy or financially free in this system. But those 4 pillars will ensure that you're at least financially stable in this economy. And if we're going to wrap those 4 up, the next thing that you are going to want to graduate to in the midst, if this is the martyr to our bricks, is being insurable. Having proper insurance is one of the most underrated financial tools and strategies in our economy. Some of the most successful individuals and entities, institutions, and corporations know how to use insurance. So, what is your first call to action right now? You need to break out your purse or your wallet, and you need to lay out, what identification do I have? How will anybody I'm trying to do business with know who I am? Number 2, how do I make sure that I have all of the proper verification to support my identity? Utility bills, bank statements, lease, and the list goes on. You want to start doing research on what type of documents are most common for verification. The next thing you want to do is review your banking relationship, or if you're new, start a banking relationship. My best recommendation is to maybe start with a credit union or a small local institution around you. If you want to do the legwork, which I encourage you to do, then you really should be looking for institutions that have products and services tailored to where you want to be in the coming months and the coming years. So that's going to be a little bit more of a specific search that allows you to say, I'm going to start a relationship here now because in 6 months, this institution is going to offer me a certain loan product, or they're going to be able to offer me a certain deposit product or investment product that I'm going to be looking to use or leverage in the near future. But if you want to keep it simple, you want to go to your local bank, local institution that can be a credit union, a small bank, or mid to large size bank, whatever you feel comfortable and you're going to be treated the best. But if you can go in there with the proper identification, in most cases, you will need 2 forms of ID to establish that relationship. They're going to want a primary form of ID, which most likely is going to be some type of government issued ID, passports, driver's license, state ID. If you're new to the country, maybe you have a matricular card or a U.S. authorization, work authorization card. Some kind of government issued ID is probably going to be the primary expected of you. The secondary ID is going to be your verification. It's going to be a lease, an up-to-date current utility bill, a letter from your employer, pay stubs. These documents will be essential towards verifying yourself and establishing a relationship with the institution. Once you've got that in order, now you want to focus on establishing your banking relationship or relationships, depending on your circumstances. If you're in a financial position to establish more than one banking relationship without spreading yourself too thin, then that's fine. But you want to start with one institution at a time, giving them a committed and concise effort in developing that relationship. So setting up the checking account, if you're in position, set up a savings account if you can fund it, and setting up a direct deposit, using as many of their products and services that fit your needs as possible would be essential, because that institution is monitoring that. And the more you put into that relationship, the more concentration, effort, and focus, and they see that you're managing that relationship on a healthy level, that you value that relationship, they're going to offer you more products and services, and they're going to offer you their money. They're going to ask you to be a partner in expanding their institution, which is essentially what you're doing when you're borrowing money. You're making that institution more profitable, this is your opportunity to make yourself more profitable. So what I recommend, make sure you have proper identification, make sure you have documentation for verification, establish or expand your existing banking relationship. If it needs to be repaired, you need to focus on that. Once you accomplish those things, now you are in position to start borrowing money, credit cards, auto loans, personal loans, mortgages, and beyond. Once you get this foundation set up, there is almost nothing that you cannot accomplish in this economy, because you'll have documentation, you will have a strong banking relationship, and you will have access to capital. These things are essential. We will go forward into the next steps on the specifics once you have some of these things in order, but more importantly, what it takes to get these things in order. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We are going to go down a very specific and tailored journey to help get everyone in position to have a better quality of life through healthier finances. This is JP again from Blueprint for Prosperity. I thank you for spending time with me. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next one.